right, guys, right now my heart rate is 66. We're going to show you a quick example on the treadmill about the different zones you can run in and how you keep accountable. So I'm walking on a 0.007 here, and for my age, as we're kind of boosting it up, my fat burning zone is around 125 to 135. I have to stay in that zone to burn fat. Now, simply worded, if I go above those zones, and I got my heart rate monitor here to make sure I don't do that, by the second it shows me, but if I go above those zones, my body's gonna burn carbs or muscle. Now let's just say I'm one of those, oh, I don't like carbs person, and there's a lot of you out there watching this video. So let's just imagine you don't have a lot of carbs in you. Just because you can run above your zone does not mean you should, especially if you don't have carbs, because your body's gonna burn up the muscle. So in a sense, you're running here, right? You're running, you're trying to burn fat, you're trying to burn fat. Did you know you're burning muscle? You're burning up your muscle. You're not burning fat. In fact, your body's storing fat. You lose weight. Yes, you do. You lose weight. But your ass has more fat on it. Because if you lose muscle and you store your fat, your fat percentage actually goes up. So my statement is correct. You actually have more fat on your butt. We're going to show you today, like I said, right now my heart rate is 83. How you can keep track by the second with the heart rate monitor. Today I'm using the Polar watches, the RC3 GPS, kind of cool. Shows me where I'm at, my altitudes, has different zones. Today I've actually plugged in the running zone. I have a training zone, I have a cycling zone. For you athletes out there, you want to keep track of your heart rates in those different sports. You can with this watch. Another watch I highly suggest is the Polar FT7. It's super basic, but does everything you need. The FT4 does the same, but I'll tell you it's kind of a pain in the butt because you have to hit the button to see what your heart rate is, and I like just looking down knowing what it is. Especially on a cycling bike, I can take this, put it there, and just hit the light and I can see it in any class. So, right now my heart rate is 80, and I'm gonna jump up to, let's see, I'm gonna put this on a number 5 with no incline. See how long it takes my heart rate to get high. Just like jog. Kimmerle, I like to run 10 minutes. I like to run 10 minutes before I work out. Why? Well, you know, it helps me warm up. Why? Well, because I feel better. Yeah, but didn't you burn up all your sugar? You could have been using that to build muscle. Come on, guys, don't come up with your own things here. Warm up your shoulders, train your abs. Do something else other than run off the muscle building fuel you brought to the gym with you. Because unless you're intra working out, unless you're training with supplements, most likely you're gonna run out of fuel before your muscle building's done. And now you're right back at the beginning of this conversation where you're working out, you're not running, and you're trying to build muscle, but you're actually using muscle to fuel your muscle building. Doesn't make a lot of sense, does it? So, right now my heart rate is 116. I'm burning fat, but not a lot of calories. That's what I like about the heart rate monitor. I want to burn the most amount of calories of fat. So I know my heart rate can go a little bit higher to allow me to burn more calories, jump on the line of fat burning to sugar or muscle burning. So we're going to raise my speed to a 6. One of the things I'll do also, guys, I'll put my watch right here. For this example, you know, I'm gonna wear it. But usually I'll just look down and see what my heart rate is. Watch the TV or keep on going. Just focus. Okay. Heart rate still. Ooh, now we're burning fat. I'll run like this for a minute. Honestly, I can run like this all day. I don't really feel like I'm trying. Just take yourself back to before you watch this video. And you hop on the treadmill and you're like, man, I want to do more. I want a six-pack. I want this fat off my ass, man. I want more. So what do? You run faster. And you turn up. Okay, right now I'm at 132. In 3 more beats, I start burning muscle. So watch this. Mate. Now I can't hold this as long But it is more fun, it's more stimulating. I feel like I'm trying harder. I'm 37 already. I'm already jumping out of my fat burning zone that fast. And I'm burning carbs, whatever carbs are in my system. If I go like this for long enough, usually it's about 20 minutes and you're super carved up at a high resistance or high heart rate, your carbs will be gone. So that's why they make intra-workout drinks for muscle building. When you're training in the gym or doing a WOD or something, to make sure that you're not using muscle to get stronger. Now I'm gonna hop off. It's the fast way to do it. If you look right here, my heart rate says 144. Can't see that because we're holding the camera over there, but it does. I'm sitting here talking to you and I'm burning up muscle. I know I'm not because I had some carbs, but if I were to do this for 20 minutes, those of you who go on runs, you burn up your muscle running if your heart rate is too high. So I want to create a sense of anxiety in you guys. I do, because who really likes to run? I mean, now we got back down 127, 130. Running's fun. Running helps me compartmentalize. It helps me burn off some steam. Helps me not take my grr home to the people I love, or to snap at somebody I shouldn't. Helps me enjoy that job that I do enjoy, but every once in a while I get some crap and, ooh, I better go for a run. But with the run, you can do two things. What I just talked about, and burn fat. So most of us are in there doing the same thing at night. We're either in there trying to burn off some steam and burn fat, or one or the other. But if you don't follow what I kind of just talked about, and there's a graph on KimmerlePlan.com, just look for it, heart rate training graph, you're most likely not going to reach your goal. You're going to burn off the steam, yes you are, but you're not going to burn fat. And in the end, you might burn off the steam from work or whatever's frustrating you in life, but if your intention was to burn fat while running, you're going to have steam again, and you can't get rid of that because you just wasted all those hours. Wasted them. Now a lot of you right now are going to try to discount what I just said, and I'll tell you why. Because Kimmerle just told you that you could have spent your time less wisely than, and for lack of better words, wasted your time. If your intention was to burn fat and you went running all those hundreds of miles, you didn't. So you're sitting there going, oh, I don't know. I'm telling you, you gotta have a heart rate monitor to keep your zones accountable. And I always like to refer this conversation I had with a guy who was trying to explain all this to me, and he had a little more time than I do on this video, but he went basically over the umbrella that I just did, and I looked at him and I argued everything. And I probably sat in his store for 2 hours because I didn't want to own it. I was not going to have this man talk me out of all that work. I wanted to burn fat. I ran till it hurt, till my legs were bleeding, man. I did everything that I thought I needed to do to get that fat off me. And in the end, I did. I did everything I thought I needed to do. But I could have done more. And had I known about this heart rate monitor, stop. I would have basically been standing next to that man with better results. So in the end, I had to apologize to him, and I had to say, buddy, I'm sorry for wasting your time. I realized why it took you so long to talk me into this and how redundant the conversation was. It's because I really didn't want you to talk me out of my time spent. So I'm looking at you guys saying, hey, if you don't have a heart rate monitor, I guarantee you, you're wasting some of your time. I'm not gonna say all of it, but some of it is wasted. And the reason why is you don't know what zone you're in. We can get to diet for a second. We'll talk about that real quick. If you're dieting and you're putting a certain amount of calories in, and everybody likes to talk about this. Well, I'm eating 1,700 calories a day, or I'm eating chicken or rice every meal. And I'm doing this and I'm doing that, and I take all these supplements. Great, good for you. How do you know how many calories you're supposed to have? Well, somebody told me. Yeah, okay, that's good advice, but how do you know? Well, you know, this and this and this. Buddy, that's not an answer. I want you to look at me in my eyes, and I want you to tell me you know what kind of fuel you're burning and how many calories a day you're burning. Tell me you know that. Because you're following a diet. Why the hell would you follow a diet if you didn't know how many calories you're burning? And I'll tell you how many people can answer that question. 3% that I ask. 3% of everybody who walks in this gym. They're filled every day and night. There's gyms open 24 hours a day filled with people that walk in without these, and I make fun of every one of them. And I say that humbly. Those that can't afford one, fine. But it's the kind of fun that your friend would make of you for not having a GPS on your phone. Everybody's got one now, guys. Almost everybody has a GPS on your phone because everybody drives somewhere, right? Well, if you're gonna come into the gym, how could you not have a GPS to your goal? How could you possibly come in here and spend all these hours without a GPS to your goal? So, KimmerlePlan.com, I'm gonna leave you with this. If you're doing your cardio, please wear one of these. Please stay inside your zones. Please look at it by the second, and then look at the calories burned and use that to adjust your diet. And if you know what's going out and what kind of calories are going out, you know what to put in. Stop worrying about what you're putting in. Worry about what's going out, and then worry about what you put in. And that's how you reach your goal. KimmerlePlan.com, David Kimmerle, little cardio session with the heart rate monitor. Thanks for watching.